Already re-clearing that space in towards water. Flit will be forced on back, and Virtus.pro conceding at least towards the back lines. It's 3 players down into the pit, and it's Floppy to take the first. Now Fang on the fight on 4, but the support, it's massive. It's Grim diving, and Flit only manages to trade for 1. It was a brawl on the site, and Complexity win it cleanly. Should be at least good for 1 here, but Floppy, ooh, too tight in. Jame was not prepared. Flit's given away his position, so has to retreat back onto the site. Time is still here for Cole, but they're going for it, and Grim dies off the entry. Flit holds close, doubles down onto it. Junior, last man up, and he knows where Buster is. The other man is flanking. Junior has to go quickly in this one, and he's just not fast enough. Kicker from behind gets VP going.
And now, Complexity seem like they do want to execute on towards this site, but James could be the first contact. That op so deadly. He's got in his hands now. D-Lore on the field, and he'll only get 1. Caught out by the flashbang. Pressure on. Big kill for Fang, but Yekindar, he was here the whole time. And he's going to keep them from being comfortable, keep them from having easy space, even backing away. Give himself a safe haven. That bomb needs to be planted. They have to be wary of the player dumpster. They're all surrounded. Players are everywhere. Kicker takes 1 for free.
Yeah, that's good. Junior again in the clutch, but through the smoke comes Buster. It's a shutdown. Yikinder now has information. This should call for the stack towards B, and indeed, it is to come. They execute soon, but Jane posted. AWP on the line. The Flames take care of JT. Now Kicker in close. The support is from the back, and nothing doing just yet for Complexity. Even just to spam straight away. At Kicker's feet lies the bomb, and there's just been no reply. They can't even find a single millimeter of space. Junior just has to wait on the fate of the smoke, and even that, unsuccessful. Yikinder's information, massive. Complexity walked into a death trap and got nothing for it. He can head again towards his lower site. This is almost the exact same situation we saw earlier. This time, Cole, you can only hope they've changed up their execute, but early indications are rough. Buster finds 1 retreat, not available. Grim finds a trade, but it's Kicker. His position in the pit could be crucial, and now it has to be, but it's Grim entering with a triple and even fighting forward for more. VP. It's a young team overall for Complexity. Lots of the NA talent that we've seen around the block. 21 years of age, the average.
So Virtus.pro trying to hold his at bay. Pressure coming on in. Big kill for JT. He gets the better of him this time. That's a second entry coming through. Flit's now back into the corner by Graffiti, calling for help, calling for the cavalry. But do the cavalry want to come to his aid? This bomb's down with Flit now gone. I think they're going to be beating another hasty retreat. It's Jame time, if I'm not mistaken.
Again, just scaling your way on into the site. Floppy the one to find the kills. JT as well helping out, but the space creation aspect is huge.
Now 3-on-3 on the site.
No Jame time here. He has to commit to the duels, really, but it's a 3 versus 3. His positioning is massive, and Flit's there to aid. Now it has to be the off. Shot misses. Fangs opened it up. Yakindar not in a position to win this. It's a 1v3, though. Damage done. Not sure how much of that is confirmed or not. He'll at least give it a poke. Try and find another frag on the retreat. Fang just below.
And he is a player, we were talking about it last night, he's something of a win condition for Complexity, where...
The mag 7 not even to be contested, so now Cole there in a position, 2 men down, lacking space. Flit wins it with the USP. Obscene, but Grim. The timing, there's a man just on the other side of the smoke, and now Grim's shown it.
He's trying to bait a player coming down the steps, right, is what he's really trying to find, but he's going to run out of room here. And the question is, can Jame catch him with the CZ off guard?
This is the round.
Yes, he can.
Jame might have just closed it. Junior only has this AWP. It's a 1 versus 5. This has all gone wrong. An eco going in. Junior shows his position.
Now he's going to try and get it done with the Tech 9. Might even better serve him in these faster movements. Made some steps here, so he's been heard. And Yekindar is ready for that all day, every day. 3 kills found.
Bomb plant does come down, but in the post Complexity disadvantage of 2, Floppy knows that something is wrong in towards the connector, and he wants to clear up, but the timing, it's awful, and he's made steps. He's a dead man walking at his only teammate. It's Junior on the site, and the op, well, it hits. It's not enough.
What patience shown from Yikinder.
He's given it away. Kicker is in close. This can be a double swing, and surely he's dead. Trades there. Kicker for another. Bomb is on the floor. And Grim again alone. A 1 versus 4. He's been flanking through this whole entire time. And while Grim has found 1, he's just not prepared for the secondary angle. So VP bolster the lead to 3. Plays on Optimus, trying to spray. They've revealed him. So now the fight, it has to be forced. That's 1. Trades instantaneous. And James not in a position to help. Coming out on top for the tease. Cuts it down just to 1.
Oh, it's a bomb.
But James is still there. and he's found the bomb. Now recovered onto a rifle for the 1 versus 1, and he's wrapping back around. Could cut the rotation off the dice box. Now both players know the opponent's position, and Jame, the health advantage, the jump up, and the finish. Jame will clutch, and it's Jame. You don't even go for the defuse. You want your op back. Nykytilan has worked his way in. He's found this information. It'll call for the rotation. Jame is heading lower. This is telegraphed, but the hit's coming. Kicker, Molly, not burning him. He has a gap. He might just have a fight, but the blind's perfection out of Floppy on the shot. And Flit cannot get it done. It's Floppy for 2. Now, Buster has to be the man to hold. He has some safety, but the flank comes through expediently from Junior. So, Jame, the wallbang not happening. So, bomb committed down, and it falls to this retake. Some util still, and a fast hit in. Jame has found Grim, isolated in the pit, and Fang's on 1 HP. Now this gets awkward, because Fang has fallen, and Nykytilan has forced so much space forward. He's still wary of someone in close, but instead it's a crossfire. JT on the pillar to find one, but he's low, and Jame has the CZ. His teammate smoked off, and JT down. It's Junior, but he has a molly. He could end it with just the piece of utility. Jame will try desperately to finish, and sure, there's an op, but there's no connection. Complexity at least takes 6 at the half. And it's going to be a hit towards this lower site. 2 players tucked in towards the pit. 3, in fact. All here, Floppy. He'll be the first contact, but his teammates fall around him. Still trade. It's instantaneous, and now a little more to be found. Floppy hitting these shots in the supportive line. There are so many players piled up in the pit, and Grim, he's still alive. He's still healthy, and Buster is stuck out on a reload. Heavy presence for Complexity, and they hold the line.
The flop don't stop.
Towards this upper site, JT, though. Well-timed on the push-up. The shot's not connecting. 1 HP. He'll limp back on away, and now Junior reestablishing the line towards long. It's Buster in close, and Buster takes him down, so now this is even more awkward. Grim needs something more, but it's only 1. So now we truly have to see, does the flop stop? Because it's a 1v3. That's all it will be, trying to draw out a push. Kicker not committing to it, but the wallbang will shut him down. No escape. Nykytilan now the sole man to spam straight through the smoke. He's got the read. Won't allow Floppy any tomfoolery in this one, as Clutch is denied and VP with a minimal investment. Flit will line up the first and cut down Grim quite easily. Complexity finding no damage thus far on the round, so Floppy again alone. This time, the Clutch feeling a tad more difficult because Nykytilan has the line. I mean, this kid doesn't miss.
Back-to-back 3Ks. Timelines are hard. They won't be playing in the play-in stage. They will be in the main event. Jame, just going to back away there. Obviously, he's low now. No reason to stay in the fray, and these pistol players will be cleaned up. No problem.
So they stall for a moment. Wait for the fade on the smoke. Kicker has walked out. He has flash for support, and he's already in quite deep. What a shot. 1 HP. It's no matter when you adjust like that. And for the 2 remaining players of Complexity, do you even want this fight? The time is low enough that it could still be over, and Fang's found a double. But the last frag to elude him. Nykytilan keeps things safe. So, advantage for Complexity, and rotations underway. They have 2 players on this site, and Junior will be here quickly. He can support from the heavens, but it falls to Floppy and JT in close. Nykytilan for the entry. The trade is swift, but still, there is plenty of time here, Mike.
35 seconds on the clock. There's still time to work with that off. Just waiting, and the peek out, that gives it to him. Floppy wanted the information, but the trade is there. It's all on to Kicker, and down he goes. Big round for Junior. 4 kills for the man.
Junior, oh, the shadow. I think Flit spotted it, but not able to find it into the kill. So, advantage for Complexity, and rotations underway. They have 2 players on this site, and Junior will be here quickly. He can support from the heavens, but it falls to Floppy and JT in close. Nykytilan for the entry. The trade is swift, but still, there is plenty of time here, Mike.
35 seconds on the clock. There's still time to work with that off. Just waiting, and the peek out, that gives it to him. Floppy wanted the information, but the trade is there. It's all on to Kicker, and down he goes. Big round for Junior. 4 kills for the man.
Flash, smoke, it's all coming in. Buster spots him and takes him down. Fang has been activated and comes through on a backstab, but now look at the reply. You have Flit to line up to deny no free passage on this flank so long as Flit stays alive. This duel, it's critical. And the T's win it. Buster now still forward, holding on the site. There's time to back Jame away. Or no, bomb planted reverse of dice. So they have to stay committed to this site, and Jame, the AWP, Has a flash to support. Does the line get established? It will. He's holding. Banks an issue, but James misses. Flit applying pressure still. Buster is on this dice box. He has to do something, or JT could win this, but no. It's the crossfire. The lineup VP do so well to hold in the post, and they found themselves. But the bomb was never a part of that re-rotation. It is still up over towards A, and it's baited floppy back in towards Kicker. But it's a trade, 1 for 1. And JT has good information here, but now it's awkward. Buster's just on the other side. He's been heard. But Junior's waiting. Discipline. Thinks there could be more than one. It's good info. And the timing, it's not right. Buster takes his head off. The swing wasn't quite there. And now Complexity, all their forward positioning, it's been lost. And Flit fights for even more. Even seem to have a chance at a 1 versus 1, but Buster's given it. And Buster wins it. First map, it swings the direction of VP.
Suffocating from VP there. I mean, really, it comes from that eco win.
Wouldn't be a bad one at all. Rotation is still being a little bit cut off here in mid, and you're right, the molly's there, the spread, Junior's burning, has to swing, but somehow he's made it into the site and is still alive, 14 HP. James will eventually finish him, but still, remember Buster out towards mid. The hunt is on for him. Floppy whips it around with a 180, finds the shot still. It's a post plant for VP.
Bump down, at least some money going forward at a minimum, and now Flit to hold the line. Never mind. Both players deleted. Defuse on Complexity will take through that pistol around Fang. And a timely Molotov will slow down this take for Virtus.pro at the very least. As soon as Floppy pops up, he's going to realize what's happening, and he doesn't even need to see. He can get it off the lineup. The flashbang doesn't matter. He's doing the damage. Flit connects, but they're running out of time. They're running out of clock here, and it's all on to Flit. And there's so much more work to do. He's going to have to back away, save the AWP, and try and beat a hasty retreat to keep this gun alive.
He's being hunted, though. And in the close corner sits Grim. Should be able to hear these footsteps. He's waiting till after time. Wants the full punish on this one. I think Flit didn't actually die before the timer ticked on down,
nope.
So a bit of mercy.
Means that the site itself is opened up. Grim has to be careful about this fight.
Bomb.
Doesn't have the established health for this. And there's a player down already. Junior had no idea, didn't have the comms, didn't have the awareness. And with Grim faltering, that's the site ripped wide open in a tough retake. But it will require that money dump. Will require that cash to come through. And for Virtus.pro, here's a chance to crack them early. Try and make their way on through. Smoke for the cross, and here they come. Big first kill, but do they expect Fang tucked in the corner? They don't at all! Fang strikes, bites right into them, and he will dismantle the round. Looking for the last as well. It's JT from the car, and a round collected for Complexity. VP just immediately slide in towards long, and with that, press towards the side. It works out well. Heavy emphasis on the long fight here, but a player in pit cannot get there. No safe haven. Flashes galore, but Yekindar wants to go forward into it. He's losing teammates, but he's gotten past them. It's a bit awkward. Fang dropped an advantage. Virtus.pro.
3-2 now. Junior still holds himself on this line, but he's alone at the car, and utility, it's only a molly to work with. Pressing forward is Junior. James on the other side, and the feet they show. JT's dead. Whoa. Survives for a moment. Dinko will
Dinko
close
gets the
things
kill.
on out. Yeah, good work out of him.
Good job, Dinko.
I heard Dinko had a really good HLTV rating. Questions that are yet to find an answer, James. He's got the angle and he's found the shot. Fang, unfortunate for him. It was only a dink through the wall, and now Grim toys with the idea of aggression, but Kickert is so patient, and Kickert has been holding this entire time. We'll claim the blood.
Here comes the play. Here comes the peek. There comes the swing, and Flit's got the first. All onto Floppy now, dancing between the flames and the boxes on site, trying to find something, anything to hold on to, and, well, he will float away to his grave. For Complexity, because it means some of the other firepowers may be gone missing. There we go. Junior getting a bit more dynamic, but he's only going to get the one. At least it takes Flit out of the round, but it's a flitting moment. The Junior's immediately punished back the other way. James sliding under the crosshair of JT. What a shot there from James. So savvy in his angles. Now pressure's going to be on towards the B-side player. That's Floppy, and he's already done. Yekindar can just hold the line here and punish, and Grim has no hope of taking this one. At least he can make sure Yekindar cannot just chase with nothing coming back the other way.
In that round, trade onto Junior, instantaneous, only the head was showing, and then you immediately take that with pace. Run your way up through mid, fight for more frags, completely isolate in the hands of the IGL instead of in the hands of Floppy. Finds success, but the reply, it's fast out of Virtus.pro, and Fang could be in trouble. He's relatively alone on the site. His aid towards long is late on the rotations, but he still takes down Yakindar. And now Junior has made it past the smokes and will look to hold alongside his teammate. It's 3 members of Complexity here, the 4th just a hair away, and Floppy finds James. So Flit pressures on him, and he needs something, but the spray does not work, and it's a flawless round. Complexity, they turn the ship 180. But the double down, it's an opportunity for Grim. Kickert is ready for this. If Grim pushes, he's a dead man. But the same is true for the other side, a standoff. And amid it's the op duel again. James, he's just always holding this angle. Top mid, late into the rounds, finding impact. Cole gets greedy. And Grim is rewarded, but damage was done. This might just call for something over towards the B site. Flits in mid. B is open for business. They don't even want it, though. They want these duels instead. Grim will give it to him. He has a nade to go deep. Flit alive with 3 HP. And the bomb has turned around. It's rotated to the free site. And Flit has ended things in the 1 versus 1. And Yakindar is contesting out towards long. Floppy will walk up, and Jane will be forced off the angle, so Floppy opens, but the trades, they're excellent. Buster and Flit both coming alive, and the long play completely denied. JT, the final piece to fall. 10 rounds for VP at the half. I think that's the series.
My goodness. People do not have the NA opium.
Yakindar, though.
Okay. JT
He's
setting
looking
up smoke.
to get the hopium straight on out of here. Flit has a double. It's 3. He'll just tap away. Execution in public, in daylight. There's not a care in the world for this VP squad. Junior has absolutely 0 chance.
He is low, and the advantage is still firmly in favor of Virtus.pro.
Jane taking a bit more risks than usual, poking with the USP, but he doesn't overcommit to it. Flash to buy time. Yakindar is the man to anchor, and he's been fantastic all day long. Floppy will swing. Yakindar will spray. It's labored. Finds it eventually. Junior does trade out, but Flit is here, and JT finds him. The low HP not proving to be an issue, and now the molly to force James on back, so could become an issue, but it won't. He fords the river, makes the cross, and now James only sees 1, but Buster's taking it down. Junior's position now could prove critical because he's found a freebie, and now it falls to Buster on the cross, the only piece of utility used, and Junior holds the line.
Or rather, dropped a gun and bought the up. Either way, it's going to work out. 2 kills, 1 bullet. Yakindar making it sing, rewarding the investment with 3 kills. They've taken the site, but at what cost? At what cost? The bomb not even planted just yet, and they are torn to shreds, Mimi.
It's tough. Now Grim has to make a play. He'll charge forward. Timing's good for it if he takes this duel. James, just the AWP and the shadow advantage. It all favors Grim. But the time continues to tick, and the op continues to show. James still finds it. Connection with the op. Junior would need another clutch. And this time, he's just not up to that task. Lils, close the gap. It's good. Flit, does he want to go through this? There's a flash forward. He'll run in. He'll line up. It's only 1. Now Kickert, the pressure's on this man. A gap for his teammate to work around, and Kickert fragging, but Floppy quick to work back in. Now sight that secure, sure. And the bomb's made it across, but the pressure is still applied. VP, they're holding in close. Yakindar. Oh, almost gets away, but Junior shuts it down, so now look at the money. It's rough again, and Buster needs a frag towards long. He's found it, so a 2 versus 2. Even the passive James might be baited in for this one. Buster, the onus is truly on him. He has the power position in this round, and Fang will hold for it. Rotation back towards the catwalk, and the timing, it's right. Buster takes a freebie, but does he know about Fang? On the site, close. He spotted. It's Buster for all 3. It's another retake for VP.
Leads in towards long, heavy utility coming through here from the Virtus.pro side. They want to establish a space, and Flit actually gets caught out by the blue box, but the pit player distracts, and Kickert gets 2. It's an even exchange, but still it's not the worst thing in the world for Virtus.pro, and they've still got James towards the site. They might just want to make some noise.
Noise is one thing. Holding on another. But James found himself in the right position. Another flash. The swing, and he's so prepared. Junior is bested, and it's another for James. He's just picking away at range, and Floppy's left, but James will shut down Virtus.pro. They've booked their ticket. They've made it to the finals in impressive standing.